What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am the Guitarist 562 and I do video game guides and walkthroughs. And I basically wanted to start off with something small and simple and see how many people are still continuing to play this game. I stopped playing for a long time. I played Apex. I stopped doing videos for, I would say, about 6 months. I'm actually curious to see when was the last video that I actually posted. So the last video I posted was about 5 to 6 months ago. So I stopped doing videos because just the passion for this game pretty much died. But I kind of got back into it for a little bit because I felt that a lot of people would still need the help, even though it's a smaller community, it's a smaller base. I'm gonna continue to do a couple more videos again, just to kind of come back and showcase a lot of the skills and abilities and blessings that these characters can do. So I got back onto console and I maxed out almost every single blessing for all my characters. Four of my characters are all max blessings except for my ranger, which has only the relative skills max. So just to start off a video for, I guess, my return for probably the next week or month. I don't know how many videos I'm going to dish out. I'm going to show you guys exactly what happens when you max out all of your blessings, so that way you can save yourself the star seeds. Yes, there's a website, if you didn't already know, that you can actually look up on, but the thing is, because Valoff is completely different from Bless Unleashed, they're very different now. Similar but different. So I'm going to start this off with just showcasing the Mage. Normally I wouldn't show this kind of bulk information. Normally I just show it to members only because they've supported the channel for such a long time. But I am going to show some more secrets for memberships only. What I'm going to show is, the exact charts and damage comparisons that everything I have for the best combos or movesets for the classes. So without further ado, let me just kind of go in and show you guys Valor for the Mage, which is Frost Circulation. It allows Frost type skills to be charged up to 2 times. Attacking enemies with the Frost type skills has an 80% chance to decrease the cooldown of Arcane type skills by -1 second. Um, the second skill is attacking enemies with Frost type combos and skills has a 100% chance to apply the Frozen Solid effect on enemies for up to 20 seconds. The Frozen Solid effect slows down the target's movement speed and can be stacked up to 5 times. Hitting enemies under the Frozen Solid effect with an arcane skill will increase the damage dealt to them by 46% and decrease the cooldown of frost skills by 20% for each stack. So obviously, we'll do the math and we'll play around with it, and I'll show you guys what each blessing does later on. This will disable the Frozen Solid effect, increase the damage of arcane type combos and skills 100%, and defense penetration by 16.5. That is Valor. That is everything that you need to know when it comes to the information provided. I'm going to do that for the rest, and later on I'm going to show you a video of each blessing respectively with skills invested and how it would look as an endgame mage. Attacking enemies with Frost Nova summons a blizzard that damages enemies within range over time for 8 seconds. That's what Frost Blessing does. Mark of the Wolf. And increases the damage of blizzard by 100%. Being within the area of blizzard or Frost Nova decreases the mana cost of Frost skills by 50%. It also increases the additional mana available for overcharging by 500. So the default is 1500, max is 2000. It may not seem like much, but it actually adds up. Mana can be fully overcharged by using Amplify. Before, like when you Amplify, it would only cap you out at 1000. But with a Wolf, I believe it gives you the exact 2k. Each successful critical hit decreases the cooldown of Frost skills by 5 seconds. Let's see. However, this does not apply to critical hits by Blizzard, but that is not true because when you use Blizzard, it does cool down your Frost skills. Not the Frost Nova Blizzard, but the Blizzard itself, it does. So that's kind of weird that they worded that way. Um, let's see. Increase the damage of Frost type combos and skills by 100%. I'm sorry, increase the damage of frost type combos and skills by 100% and increase critical hit damage by 50%. So with that alone, I can actually push up to basically 500% crit damage if you guys want to see what that looks like. I'll put this bad boy on, put on this bad boy. Let's see. I don't have my full spec out yet, but so you guys can have an idea, I have 452% crit damage. I should have 462. I might have took something off. I might have made a mistake somewhere. But if you were to switch to Wolf, it would increase your crit damage by an extra 50%. So I'm only using mid-roll gear on my mage, so I'm missing about like 100% extra crit damage. So you can realistically get up to as high as 600% crit damage on a mage, in my opinion, from just accessories. Maybe even more. I could like I'd have to do the math so I can just don't quote me on that, but I know that it can go really high on the mage because as you can see some of the gear that I have, it's like this is a 50%er and it can go up to 82. Same thing with the gloves that can go up to 80 and this is only a 50%er, and this is another 50% and it can go up to 80. So that's 90% alone. So I'm missing a substantial amount still. Let's go back into the blessings and check out Lionheart. Lionheart is applies a scald effect, has a 45% chance to apply the chain explosion effect to yourself, and using firebomb in this situation causes the chain explosion effect to be additionally applied to target and increases the damage of chain explosion and meteor by 138%. Same thing, increases the damage of meteor by 138%. Applying the scald effect has a 45% chance to apply the madness of fire effect to yourself, and using the flame wave or meteor in this situation causes meteors to be dropped in that area. Um, this also decreases the mana cost of flame type combos by 100% and increases the damage by 150%. The activation of chain explosion effect or the madness fire effect can reduces the cooldown of flame skills. So if you activate it, you can just keep spamming skills as much as possible. This is the only blessing I haven't messed with on the mage, so I don't know exactly how that works. So I'll have to take a peek at it and show you guys. The next one, decrease the mana cost of flame type combos and skills by 60% and increase critical hit rate by 10%. So that's actually pretty juicy. Maybe might be viable for a Fierce Hawk Crew Tide build. But the last and final one, which everyone's been wanting to know, is what exactly does Crescent Moon do? Crescent Moon does hitting enemies with arcane type combos and skills has a 75% chance to activate the chosen by arcane effect, which increases the critical hit rate and critical hit damage for 30 seconds. But how much exactly? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 20%. I could be wrong. I think it's like 4% and it goes up to 5. So that could be it. I have to go onto a dummy and test it for you. So again, don't quote me on it, but just know that it does go up. Uh, if you let's see, it increases your critical hit rate, I think by 10, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let's see, it can be stacked up to 5 times. You know what? Let's go do this because I hate speculating. I don't like speaking about the facts. So let's go to a quick dummy so I can just kind of show you guys that real quick. I was hoping for this to be a short video, however, it doesn't look like that's going to be. So I think I made a mistake by just kind of showcasing all of the blessings. So I'm just going to have to split this into like 4 different videos next time. So that way I can just kind of go more in depth with the blessings themselves. I think that's the kind of like the plan. So let me show you. Let's see. So there goes one crit rate stack. Let's see. Says increase critical hit rate by 2% and critical hit damage by 4. So 2 times 5 is 10, 4 times 5 is 20. So there you go. Now chosen by flame. Hitting enemies with flame type combos and skills has a 100% chance to activate the chosen by flame, which increases the attack power and attack speed for 30 seconds. The chosen effect can be stacked up to 5 times, and this deactivates the chosen by arcane effect. This may be a little confusing, but you can actually proc the 2 of these. Let's see, using arcane type skills when chosen by arcane. Actually, before we go into that, let's show you how much exactly the flame does. Flame gives you 2% attack speed times 5, so that's 10%, and attack power plus 3. So 3 times 5 is 15% AP. But the problem with this is that even though it says 100%, it doesn't always proc sometimes from what I've noticed. Maybe when you attack too quickly, it doesn't always activate. It's kind of weird what I mean by that, but trust me, I've got clips of it and I'll have to show it to you guys sometime. Um, but sometimes when you're fighting a boss, you're doing the fire stacks, it doesn't always proc. It's bizarre. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but it just is that way. So even though it says 100%, don't count on it. I'll have to show you guys a video to show you guys what I mean. It doesn't, on the dummies it's happening consistently, but I'll show you guys later on. Now, for the last thing, elemental detection. Using arcane type skills when the chosen by arcane effect is stacked to the maximum activates the flame detection effect, which increases the next flame skill damage by 324% and decreases the cooldown by 50%. But on the same boat, using flame type skills when the chosen by flame effect is stacked to the maximum activates the arcane detection effect, which increases the damage of arcane type skills by 324% and decreases the cooldown by 50% for 20 seconds. Um, but this is the weird thing about Crescent Moon that people don't know about. You know what? I'll show that in another video. I don't want this video to be too long. Now the next one decreases the mana cost of flame type combos and skills by 60% and cooldown of arcane skills by minus 40%. So there you have it. This is what it looks like to have a completely maxed out mage with all max blessings. So if you wanted to know what exactly you wanted to max out, that's kind of an idea for you guys to see. Um, with my mage, with the stats that I have on right now, these are the stats that I have with some of the gear that I have on. I am still missing some accessories to proc. I'm not even procking my Woken, so I would honestly be sitting at like 13 or 14k AP right now with 452% crit damage on Crescent Moon. On Wolf, it'd be 500%, which is juicy. Uh, but I'm gonna be experimenting with the possible build, which is the Fierce Hawk Ring. As you guys can see, I have a minus 30% crit damage on top of it, because it negates the 30% that I was lost, and I actually want to use this critical hit rate chest piece to see if the crit rate will kind of be a good balance in between switching the skills back and forth. But that's pretty much me going on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Don't forget to follow the socials, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at the Guitarist562, and please look forward to the next upcoming week for some videos. Again, I apologize for my delay. I have no real excuse except for the fact that I've been lazy and not too passionate about posting for this game for a while. But now that everything's done, I'm excited to actually pump out some videos for you guys because nothing makes me more happy than actually putting out actual information that's true. I don't like to speculate. I hate speaking in terms of like falsehoods. People like to throw a bunch of information. They like to speculate and say, "Oh, this is what this does," or I think when you upgrade it does that. I don't like that. I just want to give you concrete information so you can reference it. And if someone wants to, argue with you, just reference in this video so that way it can be debunked. Like, oh, this is what Max does. This is what this does at this level. I know because I've seen it. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys are excited for anything, remember. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Um, and as always, guys, stay blessed.